What's up guys? We all know why we're here today. It's to talk about the best beauty products from the month of August. So let's go ahead and get started. For foundation, so I have been continuing to show the love to my Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation, the $5 foundation that literally will not quit. It's what I'm wearing today and have been loving for most of the month until I was compelled to try the new Beauty Bakery Insta Bake Foundation and Concealer. But I tried this because it promises a glass finish, glass skin complexion. You can check out my whole review on that if you're interested on the nitty-gritty details, but in all, I don't think it gives you glass skin, but I do think it gives you a really beautiful finish that feels like you're not even wearing anything. As much as I love the Believe Beauty foundation, it definitely feels like a foundation. Like it's a thicker, heavier cream, looks beautiful on the skin, probably even dewier, I would say, than the Insta Bake, but it feels like you're wearing foundation. So if you want something even lighter but still feels full coverage, Insta Bake is where it's at. And the Insta Bake is a hair too deep for me right now, which is why I've gone back to my Believe Beauty foundation, but I'm about to travel and fingers crossed get a little bit more sun, so this should be the right shade for me in a few days, so I have a feeling I will continue to go on to love this a lot in September. For concealer, we had a last minute change of plans in August, so I uploaded an empties video where I talked about my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Way concealer and have mentioned this in previous favorites video, like for the past month, if not two. I am out. I was planning on repurchasing during the Sephora VIB sale. However, like I said, I got not only the Insta Bake foundation, but also the concealer. And once I tried this, I realized I don't need that. I am so loving the texture and coverage of this. Again, if you want the details, you can go check out the review I just uploaded of this in the foundation, but bottom line is it's thicker than the foundation, so don't expect the same thin consistency. It's a little less thin than the Tarte Shape Tape, but a similar consistency in that as you blend it blends in super easily, but it is thick enough to kind of cover texture. I have light texture here in my under eye area that once I put this over, it just totally smooths. It doesn't sink into fine lines or cake up in that area. Like it's not too dry, it's not so hydrating that it's just gonna kind of melt away immediately or throughout the day. It's just really hit that sweet spot for me, and to the point where I didn't find that I needed to repurchase that Charlotte Tilbury and stop the presses. This means I did not buy anything in the Sephora VIB sale, and I know that's probably not a bit like a lot of people probably didn't, but for me, this might be the first one I have sat out in years. It's a big deal and I'm kind of proud of myself. There were some things that I were eyeing, most of them skincare things. Like I saw Lisa Eldridge use this UFO tool that I was like, I had it and then like 3 masks to go with it in my cart, and I was almost about to hit purchase and I was like, we're gonna see if we can make it through one sale without buying something, and I did. But who knows if I'll make it through 21 Days of Beauty. Let's see, nothing has changed with the brow. Still very much into my CoverGirl Ultra Fine and Defined Brow Pencil and Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. And while we're talking about the things that I repeatedly love, nothing has changed with my mascara either. This is my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. All of these, I mean, they're probably gonna take me into 2020. Ooh, next up is one that I actually rediscovered while I was shopping my stash. I forget for what even, but stumbled across one of my Moonplay stroboscopes. I think I have all 4 that they sell, but this is in the shade Dolly Sand, and it has this slightly taupey tan base with an interesting green shift. And in the past, I've really only ever used these as highlighters. Sometimes I would mix them in with my setting sprays if I wanted kind of a glowy setting spray. They're loose powder, so you can do pretty much anything in the world with them. Eyes, face, lips, setting spray, nail polish probably, but I had really only ever used them for highlighters until one day I think I was on their website to see how they recommended using them and like see them in looks, and they said that the purpose of these is kind of like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, where it is supposed to fake the look of a specific filter or a light hitting your face. Like Hourglass has, you know, candlelight, moonlight, dim light, things like that. It sounds like these are supposed to be something similar, so I tried setting my face with them. Yes, the one with the green shift to it. I'm actually wearing it on my face today, and I kind of can't stop. I've always loved illuminating setting powders, like the Lancome Absolute Pêche is my favorite shade there, and then Laura Mercier, the translucent loose setting powder glow version, really love that. So it wasn't too far-fetched to think that I might enjoy this, but the green shift thing kind of took me by surprise. You have to use a light hand, otherwise you will definitely get a strong green glow in places that you might not have preferred it, you know, like down the center of your face or whatever, but you know, like I said, used very lightly, it just gives your skin this really beautiful, healthy looking glow to it without looking weird and like you're an alien, you know? Something that I've been meaning to try with this, but I forget because it's so out of the ordinary for my everyday makeup routine, but I've been wanting to try applying this under my foundation. I know a lot of people do that with setting powders. Well, they'll basically set their face with the powder before they go on with a liquid foundation. I've never done that before, but this is really making me curious to try it because I think that this green tint, you could go a little bit overboard if you applied it under your foundation because the green tint would help cancel out any redness that your skin might have. So it acts as both an illuminator and a color corrector under your foundation. So that is my next step in trying this. I really just want to get more into products like this in my collection where I know I bought them because they sparked that excitement for, you know, the versatility in them, but I've just, in the mix of new makeup, they have fallen by the wayside. I really want to get back to products like this because sure enough, when I pick them back up, I love them. So I'll keep you posted with how that turns out, but in the meantime, just trust me. Try setting your face with something that is a little out of the ordinary, unexpected, and you might be surprised with the results. On to eyeshadows. I have two palettes that I've really been loving. I actually discovered them or started using them both. Well, I guess because they're new launches, so we all started using them in the month of August. But once I picked them up, I could not put them down because they just prove to be such all-purpose palettes for me on a daily basis in more ways than one. So first off is the Viseart Milieu palette. This is an exclusive to Muse Beauty in a collaboration with Viseart. And I talked about this. I've done a tutorial where I use this. This is why I love it so much. Not only on my eyes, but on my face as well. It just dawned on me while I was working with it one day. I was like, this is beyond an eyeshadow palette, right? You have contour shades in here, you have blush shades in here, like let's try using this on the face. And I wasn't disappointed. You can also get like full size, not full size, but healthier sized brushes in here because the Viseart pans are so big, so you don't have to struggle with like squishing your brush down in there and then getting a patchy application. Like you can get a pretty good sized brush in here and then have a palette that does it all in one. So I really, really have been liking this. And then the other one is brand new, just uploaded a video where I talked about my thoughts. I love it. And also did some tutorials, like 5 different looks using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. And I know there's a lot of palette exhaustion out there, so I'm not saying you need either of these, especially something like the Milieu palette. Like there are a lot of other palettes out there where, you know, the brown tones might not have the same undertone. They might not be with berries as well as blue, but I'm confident that if you look in your collection, you might be able to find a lot of shadows that can duplicate the feel of this palette. And a lot of people might feel like they can say the same thing about the Jackie Aina palette, but I personally love that rather than hunting through your collection and trying to assemble things into a palette format like this, you have it all here in one. And we still don't have that many palettes out there that have this combination of textures, which you know I'm a sucker for. There are a lot of individual shadows you can buy to make your own palette, and that might be more up people's alley, but to have a pre-assembled palette that has a mixture of mattes, shimmers, duochromes, iridescent multi-chromes, like I think it's a very multifaceted palette, and the shadow quality is so there. Like all of these shadows are incredibly pigmented and buildable, so that is why I love it. Guess you don't have to go watch that review unless you want to see the looks that I created, but again, this is just one of those palettes that once I picked up, I did not put down. Let's talk lips up next. So these have been a quiet favorite here on the channel. Like I don't think I have called out the fact that I've been using them. I've mostly been using them in Instagram tutorials, but they're pretty much all I've been using because they are so versatile, go with anything kind of products. Muse Beauty sent me a trio of their lip pencils from the brand Esum. You can buy them individually or in the set like I have them here, but basically these are dual-ended lip pencils. They have 3 different shades. Nude, which I've been liking the lighter nude for my personal skin tone for more of an everyday sort of lip color. Then there is the plum one, and again, even this light plum, it just has a little bit more of a pink undertone as compared to the nude, so this is a good everyday shade for me. And then they have a red one, and I like these not just for the formula. Like the formula, they're very creamy when they glide on. Once they dry down, they set really well even when I wear them with a gloss. I've really been liking, just because it's been sitting nearby, just the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Glaze, like a basic clear gloss over these. But even when I apply that over top, these are pretty hard to move around, whether you're eating, drinking, whatever. Like they are pretty budge proof. So that's one reason why I like these. these, but the other though is because you have the two shades on either end, you have so many more options when you create with these. So they've coordinated it so that you have one lighter version of whatever shade this is, say nude, you have a light nude and then a deep nude, or a light plum and a deep plum, so that you can wear one, the other, or mix and match them to get a more multi-dimensional lip look. If you want to contour, if you want to highlight, like you have all of that in here. And I don't know about you, but I personally, like I can't make it through makeup products. I'm so proud of myself when I do, but I just have so much that I rarely make it through a full, I would never make it through a full lip liner. And so I like that you get less of each product, but still more functionality from one, as opposed to just having two full lip liners that I love but get used less. You know what I mean? So I just think these are so genius, such nice products. Today, so I am wearing one today in addition to another product. I had to like break out of the mold because I just, when it comes to makeup, I find something that I really love and then I never stop using it. And then I feel guilty for the other products in my collection. Does that ever happen to anyone? So today I wanted to break the mold, still using one of these Esom pencils in the shade Red. I think I used the light red shade, yes. One's more of a bricky wet red, one's more of the light red. But underneath it, what I'm wearing is, oh, I love this packaging, my Pat McGrath Blitz Trance lipstick in the shade Rebel Red. This is the one with the glitter all on the outside. So I applied that all over my lips, and then I felt like it was a little bit too metallic looking. Like from afar, it looks more like a metallic finish as opposed to the glittery finish that you see on the exterior of the bullet. And so to kind of temper that, I went in with this deep, or the lighter red shade on this, and I just outlined the edges of my lips, and it kind of toned down that high shine metallic finish there. So now it more so looks like I have matte with a iridescent sparkly highlight in the center of my lips to help them look more full and bring that part of my lip forward. So really, really like this combo. I mean, I don't think anything bad can come out of packaging like this, so. Oh my gosh. So last up, I bet if you have been with me here on the channel for a long, long time, you'll probably never see this coming. I have nail polishes in my favorites. Now, if you don't know, I am a huge press-on nail advocate. I think they are underrated. When people hear press-on nails, they think of the things, the cheesy looking things from the drugstore that would pop off the second you put them on. Go get yourself a pair of Impress and prove yourself wrong, because or just watch a video here if you want to see more thoughts on them. But they're so underrated. They're all I wear. I can't remember the last time I painted my nails until I bought Holo Taco, which is Christine, Simply Nailogical here on YouTube. She created her own nail polish brand that so appropriately is called Holo Taco and includes multiple finishes of holo top coat. I bought two of the top coats, the flaky Holo Taco and the scattered Holo Taco, as well as the one coat black base. I mean, it's not a base, it's a nail polish, but like it's meant to be used as a base under the top coats. Now, I'm not really a fan of painting my nails, and I'm actually still not with these, but I'm technically not painting my nails. I have been using my Holo Tacos as top coats for my press-ons. And when I shared a picture of these on Instagram, well, actually, I've shared a lot of these on Instagram because I've been obsessed. But when I did, I got a couple of messages and comments from you guys saying that you didn't realize you could paint over your press-on nails, like even if they have finishes, colors, patterns, things like this. And yes, you definitely can. In fact, sometimes I find that the adhesive on my nails lasts so long that the nails themselves will last on my hands longer than the finish of the nails will. Like for instance, I'll give you a close-up of these. These are a matte finish, and I find that the finish of these can wear away faster than the actual adhesive on the nails can. Also, the edges tend to get worn down faster. So when I have a manicure that the finish or the shape, like it wears away faster than the actual lasting power of the nail itself, I will take a different top coat, whether it's now it's like a holo top coat, but before it would be like a shiny top coat or a glitter, you know, something like that, just to freshen them up, to still extend the life of your nails. Like, don't peel perfectly good nails off just because you're not happy with the way they look, because top coats fix everything. And decor, like Kiss makes really good, you know, stickers, and I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, like 3D nail art, they make a ton of stuff that you can deck your nails out in case you're interested. But if, like me, you want to get maximum wow factor with really minimal effort, this is what I do. So I'll actually do one here now so you can see the difference. Between the two, scattered and flaky, personally really love flaky because I feel like it gives so much depth and dimension to my nail. Like, I have definitely caught myself staring into my nails while using this because it's just that pretty, but like, It's just so multifaceted and it's really hard to screw up. I wonder if this will actually focus on this nail so you can see the difference. Ooh, no, maybe. Okay, it's not working. So we'll do a close-up right here. And the funny thing about the shade that I'm wearing now is even though these are impressed press-ons, this is very similar to the royal blue that she sells with this collection. I didn't pick that one up just because between black and blue, I prefer black under hollow any day of the week, but I do love myself a good blue mani. So that was a pretty surprising favorite for me this month. I mean, I knew I would like these when I ordered them, which is why I ordered them, but just hearing the words, "I like nail polish," come out of my mouth was very strange. So there's that. Oh, and also I got the black base because not to paint over my press-ons, but I actually have from Amazon, they sell these by the hundreds, just like regular press-on nails that you can get. I have a whole video about them, but they're super cheap. You get a ton of them and they have them in shapes like coffin nails or stiletto, things like that, so that if I ever did want to paint my nails, because I still have nail polishes, they're years old at this point, but if I ever felt compelled to paint my nails in a custom color of my choosing as opposed to buying something on a press-on, I could. And so that's why I got this black, just in case I ever wanted to apply those and then paint my nails using the black with a hollow taco. So you'll probably see that soon too. Alrighty guys, so those are my favorites. I feel like I talked to you for a long time, but I had a lot, I was excited about a lot this month, so hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys!